Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're here for the first time, my name is Timmy Kemza James. You're welcome to this lovely video where I'm going to be showing you how to draft, cut and sew this beautiful leotard or swimwear. So this will make a great idea for a conservative person or a plus size woman who's looking for a way of getting a swimwear that gives her a lot of coverage. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. And by the way, I'm using a very elastic or stretchy
So guys, I'm going
material
to be
here.
using my basic bodies pattern, my off shoulder basic body. So what I just did is to remove the upper part of the basic bodies that I don't need. So I want it to start from somewhere around 5 inches away from my body. Then I just put my tape on that 5-inch point. That's why I started marking. Then I marked my chest line, which will eventually be my armhole line here. Then I marked my bust. Then I marked my affluence and my hip points, right? So when I did that, I just inserted a quarter of my body measurement because I'm going to be using this one pattern for both the front and the back. Yeah, so here is just an extra which I will be using for my crouch line. So for my crouch line is not going to be enough, so I'll be bringing extra pattern paper like this so I can tape it down together like so. So I'll just place this pattern and I'll come with my masking tape and I'll just go ahead and tape it down. So I just went ahead to tape it down so I can have extra there. Now I'm going to mark my crouch line. So I'll be marking it from my waistline to my crouch. So my crouch line is actually 11 inches. So I'll be marking that 11 plus 1 inch for a little bit of ease. So I'll mark 12 inches. So if you want to get your crouch line, you sit on a flat surface chair and take your measurements from the distance from your waist or your affluence to where the chair is. That's your crouch line. So I'll just go ahead and square the line as well. So I'm going to continue my measurements, but I'm going to be doing I'm going to be doing the panty side, right? So on this hip line, I'm going up. You know, you don't want your pants starting from your hip line before it curves, so it should be shorter than your hip a little bit. So I'm going up by 2 inches or 1.5 from my hip side. So let me just work with 1.5 inches. So I'll mark 1.5 like so, depending on how much coverage you want on the pants. So now on this crouch line, which is going to be the front crouch line, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches from here to here. I'll mark 1.5. So when I mark this 1.5 here, so from this my hip line here, I'll just sort of mark somewhere around 5 inches on a 45-degree angle like this, just so it will help me get that curve properly. Then I'll connect these points, this 1.5 inches that I went up. I'll go ahead and connect it using my French curve together with this point here. So I'll just mark like so, or you can just go ahead and do that with your hand first to test it out and see. So I'll just go ahead and mark like so. So what you want to get is to try to get a shape that works for you. So I'll just even it out properly. So here is the front side of our pattern for now. So I'm going to be marking the back side of the pattern. So on the back side, I'll come down by 3 inches from here. I'll come down by 3 inches because the back is supposed to overlap and come to the front where you add your snap buttons. So I'll mark 3 inches here like so. Then I'll mark that same 1.5 inches on that 3-inch line. I'll just square that out, right? So the next thing I'm going to be doing is from here now, the shape of the back, because you want more coverage. So this side is around the T zone of the V area, if you get what I mean. So on this side, I just want to make it, the back will be sort of, it has more coverage than the front. So from here, I'm going up 1.5 inches like so. I'll come up by 1.5 inches, then I'll square that out like this. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect from here, this side. I'll just connect it nicely with a curve like so, up to that 1.5 inch point before I even knit out. So you just find a place on your French curve that works fine for you. So here we go, this is our pattern. So I'm just going to go ahead, so this side, from here I'll cut like this, and that will be the back side. Then where is marked totally on black will be the front side. So now for the sleeve, guys, I'll just go ahead and make a straight line here that I'm going to start using for the sleeve. So from this starting line, I'll mark that 5 inch we took on the basic bodies. We minus 5 inches like this before we started drafting, if you remember. So that 5 inches that we took out is what I'm going to start marking here like so. So I'll just mark the 5 inch, then I'll mark half of my biceps measurement, half of round of my biceps. I'll go ahead and mark it like so. Then I'll grab my French curve just like I did to my blouse. I'll mark like so. Then I'll mark the length of the sleeve. So I want it to be a short sleeve, or whatever style of sleeve you want is totally fine. If it's a long sleeve, it's also fine. So I'm not sure if I want to do a long sleeve yet, so let me just make it a long sleeve. So from this 5, I'll mark maybe 22 inches for the length of the sleeve. So I'll just, let me make it a long sleeve for now. If I decide to make it a short sleeve later on, I'll just go ahead and make a short sleeve. I'll cut it short instead. So on this side, I'll mark half of my wrist measurements like so. Then I'll just go ahead and connect. So you can use your hip curve or whatever curve you have to connect this point like so. So here we go, this is our sleeve. So here are our patterns for both the sleeve like so. So the sleeve goes in like this, and the blouse. So let me come over with material to cut. So I have this really stretchy and nice material that I have from a previous video, so that's what I'm going to be using. So I'll be folding it. Mind you, I've not added any sewing allowances on my patterns, and that's because I'm using a very stretchy material. So if you're working with a material that has less stretch, you can just go ahead and add your sewing allowances. But because I'm working with a stretchy fabric, I don't need that much allowance, so I might just end up adding half-inch allowance, because I'm even going to be using my overlocker to sew together this blouse. So this will be the back the back of my blouse. So I'll move my pattern away and I'll go ahead and cut out this back side. So I'll cut away the back side of my leotard or my bodysuit. So I'll come over. So I'm overlocking the top side of the sleeve because that side has a raw edge there. So I'm doing the both sleeves, just the top, guys. Then I'll do the hem of the sleeve as well. If you don't have an overlocker, it's fine. You can just go ahead and use a regular sewing machine. So when I'm done, I'll bring my bodies. So I'll come with these the front bodies. Then I'll grab one of the sleeves and I'll join the armhole side. I'll just match the armhole of the sleeve, right sides facing right sides, like so, and I'll go ahead and stitch. So once I fix the sleeve, I'll grab the back side. So I'll match right sides of the back with the right side of the front. Then I would match the sleeve, the armhole again, like so. And I'll go ahead and sew. So once I do that, I'll flip to the other side. Then I fix the armhole as well. And I'll do the other side. So once I'm done, I'll have something that looks like this, like so. So what I'll do is I'll grab the hem of the sleeve and match together like so. So from the hem of the sleeve, I'm going to go ahead and close. So this is the side and it's nicely closed. I'll close the other side from the sleeve as well. So here we go. Our top is almost ready. So now I'm going to overlock the hem side of the top single on its own. Nami badira yam nami badira elastic shi yama zip ta nami. So here is our top now. So I'm going to head over back to the sewing machine so that I can nicely finish off this the hem side, and also to add elastic to this side if need be. So I'm going to be using an elastic thread, and I'll measure my shoulder round. So just where I want the top to be, I'll measure round of it. Then from that measurement, I'll subtract 5 inches for it. So because I have a broad shoulder, mine is 45, so I'm taking out 5, which I'll be left with 40. So I'll just cut out from that 40 inches. So I'll go ahead and close. I'll just sew it closed like so. Now I'll sew it nicely and securely, as I'll be sewing and be back stitching until I'm sure that it's properly is nicely seated. So on the shoulder line of my blouse, I'm going to be, I'll just put this on it, this shoulder line, the opening. So I'll just go ahead and put this, but I'll make sure that this place where I stitch on my elastic sits on the back side of the blouse. So this is it. So I'll just put it like so. Then what I'll do is to turn it over and top stitch again. So I'll sew it on the right side first, like so. Then I'll just gently sew on the edge. You have to be really gentle with this. So as you're sewing, you just gently be drawing your elastic so that it matches nicely when you're done. So but you have to be careful drawing it, not too much. If you have a zigzag machine, it will be fine. Go ahead and use that. So when I'm done, I'm going to be double folding like so. So I'll just sew. Just to conceal the elastic inside of the seam. So on the lower side, I'm just going to go ahead and fold like so. Then I'll just hem from that point. So if you have a zigzag machine, this would be a nice time to use it.
So I just went ahead to hem it all around, and that was it. This is the finished look of our bodysuit, guys. So if you find this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed, and see you in my next video, guys. Bye.